Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we are continuing our Three Kingdoms Lord coverage. And yeah, this one, first female, first and only female one, which I think is great. I love that she's in here, it's really cool. So, trying to process it, guys. Jiang, I think that's right. Jiang. Right, Jiang. She's here, and this is her episode. So, first off, disclaimer, all details included below are subject to change as development continues and should not be considered final. So, Jiang, a fierce warrior and anarchist bandit. She lives to burn down the corrupt Han dynasty, can establish tributary states and extort regular payments from other factions. When her infamy is high, she gains higher morale in battle, higher experience, and extra prestige points, which drive her faction progression. Kinda cool. I like the sound of that. Extorting people. Sounds like a laugh. So, the Bandit Queen. And yeah, look, it actually coincided. That's great. Bandit Queen. And she's a champion. So, who is she? Who is she, guys? Dynasties and nobility mean nothing to Jiang. Again, work in progress. She prefers to seize glory in her own way. You notice I just pronounced that Z as a J. Oh god, now I'm turning Chinese, but one that can't understand Chinese is going to be a real problem. Anyway, as the Han burns, she sees at last the crumbling of an institution she deeply despises. What have they ever known of hunger? What fear have they ever felt for corrupt and avaricious officials? Jiang has never known the ease of a noble upbringing, nor the expectation of civilized society. Instead, she is resolved to earn fame and prestige for herself through merciless fury and unrelenting strength. Her coming had allegedly been predicted by the scholar Zheng in a dream, with renowned interpreter of dreams Zhao Xuan. Cool. Said to be right 9 times out of 10, warning him that female rebels would soon be at hand. Unlike some of her fellow bandits, Jiang is driven by a true political agenda. She wants to see the Han dynasty burn and fall at her hands. She thrives on this vision, relishing her rise to power and the chance to put the old oppressors under her boot to give them a taste of their own medicine. She sounds badass. So, playstyle. Jiang loves to have power, and she also loves demonstrating it. She operates by subduing others and forcing them to pay tribute to her. As her infamy grows, Jiang's popularity, not surprisingly, decreases, making diplomacy more and more challenging as time progresses. However, as Jiang's power grows and she becomes more established, she also becomes more and more like the regime she is trying to bring down. Old Han structures will still be in place left and right, and Jiang will have to use them in order to lead what is essentially a new state. Jiang will also need ringleaders who are true to her cause to take her will into the provinces. For Jiang, infamy and the momentum it brings her is key. She gains infamy from winning battles and striking settlements, but this will decay if she becomes too passive. Jiang must keep driving relentlessly forward, or else she will lose the element of surprise and her rebellion will surely fail. Infamy is earned by capturing settlements, winning battles, and having tributary states, which acknowledge her power by paying her money, but are not bound to follow her into war. However, infamy automatically reduces over time, so Jiang can't rest on her laurels. If she's too passive for too long, her infamy will decrease. High infamy grants bonuses such as higher morale in battle and higher character XP gain, but most importantly it provides prestige points, which are required to increase Jiang's faction ranks and eventually proclaim herself Empress of the new dynasty. As a faction leader, Jiang's personal bonuses focus on quicker mustering time and increased income from tributaries. Jiang also has access to certain post-siege occupation options that enable her to loot and destroy on a grander scale than her peers. Wow, that sounds rad. So, her Guanxi, Jiang begins the campaign with Liu Zheng as her sworn sister and second in command. Together they fight to bring down the corrupt Han regime and give power back to the people. Pretty cool. She doesn't look quite so bandity though. She looks kind of civilized, which seems to be a slight opposition, but you know, that's fine. So Jiang begins the campaign with Liu Zheng, As her sworn sister and second in command, together they fight to bring down the corrupt Han regime and give power back to the people, with no other real allies to speak of. Over time, Jiang must focus on building up a following of loyal ringleaders who exercise her rule and ideas. Perhaps her biggest challenge is building up a dynasty and line of succession, with a clear candidate for this is not immediately evident. While it is tradition for children to take the name of the father's family, Jiang refuses to follow the Han's rules. In her faction, children are named after their mother. That's a real cool change. That's really interesting to keep that, because she would be livid at that, right? And I'm sure she was livid at that in the novel, so, you know. Starting position. Jiang's early game is all about setting up a good base of operations. Regional income sources need to be exploited in order to fund her banditry, and a hideout must be established. So she actually starts right next to the other bandit. The other bandit starts there. What's his name again? Something Yan? Wait, hang on. Zhang Yan. Yeah, starts right next to Zhang Yan. So yeah, right next door. So that's interesting. All bandits in the mountains. So, Jiang Yan starts out difficult terrain of the mountains and at war with the neighbouring Dongzhuo and Han Empire. However, the remoteness of her starting position does provide a good refuge and relative safety, but eventually she must leave this and start conquering. As a bandit, she doesn't have any clear established allegiances or diplomatic alignments, meaning her fortune and future are hers alone to carve. Initial dilemma. Jiang's dilemma focuses on establishing dominance in the mountains. When Jiang Yan enters a conflict between Yuan Xiao and Gong Sun Zan, he calls on fellow bandit leaders for aid. You can join him in the fight against Yuan Xiao, or attack him and try and take his lands for yourself. Oh, bandits. Classic bandits. So, in each playable Warlords campaign, they will face a unique dilemma after fulfilling certain prerequisite actions. These dilemmas will position the player at a fork in the road, marking a pivotal moment in that Warlord story. One of the options available to you is a choice reflecting what happened in history, and the outcomes will follow the events of the period. The other lets you forge a tale of what might have been. Total War is all about giving players the freedom to create their own stories in some of the most exciting periods in human history, and these initial dilemmas epitomize that spirit. Jiang's dilemma focuses on establishing dominance in the mountains and provides a different angle on the clash between Yuan Xiao and Gong Sun Zan. As Jiang Yan enters the conflict, he calls on fellow bandit leaders for aid. As Jiang, you have the choice of joining up with Jiang Yan against Yuan Xiao, or instead denying his request and declaring war on him in an attempt to secure your own supremacy over the mountains. Campaign progression. Zheng's early game is all about setting up a good base of operations. Regional income sources need to be exploited in order to fund her warlordry. Warlordry? Is that a verb? Alright, warlordry. And a hideout must be established. Overall, however, Zheng's progression path is quite flexible, with a number of different routes open to her. Due to her location in the northern mountains, Jiang can try to expand west, east, or south. Expanding east is more obvious choice, and her dilemma points towards that direction. But likewise, she can try to set up her base of operations up in the west or south of her starting position along the Yellow River. During the mid-game, Jiang must focus on building up her infamy through fighting and conquest, as well as establishing allies if she so chooses. Finally, in order to ultimately emerge victorious, Jiang must acquire enough infamy to reach high levels of prestige, thus enabling her to proclaim herself empress and topple all other pretenders. That would be a hell of a story, wouldn't it? Bandit Queen becoming ruler? Be awesome. So, what kind of player is Jiang for? Zhuang, I think it's Zhuang, more like Zhuang. Jiang, anyway, is law unto herself, a fierce warrior who wants nothing more than to see the Han dynasty fall, no matter what the cost. As Jiang, you must stay on the offensive. Sitting back and relaxing is not something you can do as part of her campaign. Jiang is for players who want the challenge of striking out against the status quo, tearing through the realm on a tide of infamy that must not stop until you succeed. Sounds really cool. Sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds very interesting. So, further reading, of course, you guys can, get to this link and you can look at where she's at here. There'll be a link to this article in the description if you want to read this for yourself or, have a look at it. So there you go. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. She seems really cool. Yep, happy with this. So, who is next? Who's the next one, guys? It's Sun Xuan. That's right, it's Sun Xuan. Sun Xuan? Sun Xuan. Sun Xuan. Sun Xuan. Sun Xuan. Sun Xuan. So something like that. I'll nail it before the next video, I'm sure. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and be sure to tune to the next one. Have a good day, guys.